And it's live.
Yeah, we're live.
Yeah, welcome. First of all,
we are in Frankfurt today, and we are at the Umbraco Festival Deutschland. You can probably see the branding behind us. And we have a huge panel of fantastic guests, including the organizer, who we had on last week, Laura, and Christian, and also Kim from Umbraco HQ, who was wearing a nice shirt earlier and is no longer. Maybe you care to explain what's gone on.
I took off my shirt because I wanted to impress Christian with,
and he did,
with this body which is carved in marble in stone during the keynote. I think it's on camera somewhere.
Yeah, it will be up on YouTube.
Let's maybe start from there. That you were performing keynote with Jacob from the HQ as a replacement for Niels, who couldn't be here today. And you did a great job.
Thank you. You're so kind.
And Kim was talking about the wow effect, right? And yeah, it was, slides were reflecting the reality.
Certainly impressive. And a few people in the front row got hit in the face with the buttons, I think, because they pinged off his shirt.
Yeah. So what effect was there?
And I expected that half the audience were disappointed that I was wearing a T-shirt.
Yeah,
but the other half was glad that I was wearing a T-shirt.
And this was when you were talking about how not just at HQ, but everyone's businesses can improve their own customer retention and make people happier, right?
Yeah, and it boils down to the fact that in this day and age, it's not sufficient to have satisfied customers. We need to give more to the client, so they become more than satisfied. And the whole point in I was trying to make the wow effect is that you will have to give the client something that they don't expect, something that they haven't told you, and perhaps even things that they didn't know that they need. And just to underline that point, I was opening the shirt in a rather brutal way, and then it was definitely unexpected to many. Others didn't know that they wanted it. I guess that was you, Christian.
No.
But underlying the point that once you get basics right, then in order to keep your customer, in order to keep the relationship to the customer, then you need to do something more.
And of course, it was all in the relation to Umbraco and the products and company which you are building, right?
Yes.
Maybe you can use it as an opportunity to announce a new hire in Umbraco, which was also shared today.
Yes.
We didn't follow everything what happened in the community this week because we've been here for a couple of days, and it's a lot of busy stuff going on here. But you have a new team member.
Yes.
Trine.
We have hired Trine Nielsen, and she's been hired working together with the fish tank, meaning Paul and OMG, Maiken. And her main job would be to help organizing Code Garden.
Yep.
Other events, the Cloud Club that we are doing in Odense, we have engaged ourselves with what is called Coding Pirates.
Yep.
So she will be taking care of that, and she's got a degree actually in I think it's hospitality and engagement. So she's spot on for that, and she's doing a super job.
I've been speaking with her for the past few weeks about Code Garden, and like you say, doing a super job already making a big impact.
Speaking about events, who else is doing a great job here? And as we are in Germany, we have an organizers with us. Guys, everything is going good? And as
sure, we're in Germany.
Obviously. No last minute changes, replacements, right?
Well,
no stress.
Not on our side.
So it's a really well organized event.
Definitely. I mean, we were the last to leave the pre-party yesterday, and I have to say, very, very organized, getting all of the stuff you needed to bring today. out the door.
And we got drunk, very organized.
Yes, exactly. When I arrived at the hackathon, they were already on the gin.
11 p.m. It's time for gin, because we need to end up in the next hour. Pretty cool. Well played. Worked very, very well for us as well. Yeah. So yeah, what's going on next? We are in the middle of the sessions. Right now is deep learning with unicorns and Umbraco happening in the other room.
From Hank Bowman. I'm really sad to be missing that talk, so if we could wrap up, that would be great.
We'll catch it up on videos because it's all recorded. And the second session is high performance for Umbraco websites, and it's in German language. It's in the other room.
Yeah, exactly.
We have a lot of great talks ahead. We've been talking about them for in the past week. We've been scanning through the agenda. So if you are missing it, we are here, there, somewhere on YouTube. You will definitely watch. You should watch them after the event. They will be shared pretty soon.
And some of them will be repeated at Code Garden. So I was just watching Carol's talk on empathy in tech, and it was Carol sitting here, but it was, she's waving, you can't see. It was very good, but if you've missed it, then I'm sure it'll be even better when it's done at Code Garden in 6 weeks' time.
6 weeks.
Yeah.
You ready, Carol?
Always.
Born ready.
Yeah, and we are also talking on one of the slots, right?
Coming up this afternoon, I'm talking functions and logic apps, and you're talking
about C# 8.
So
another V8.
Lots of
things. Yeah. So yeah, cool day ahead. Then the party after party after party.
These guys like to party.
So about what else happened this week?
So I've been pretty busy because I'm preparing for the Umbraco Roadshow, which is happening from Monday. This is kind of like the start for me because I'm not returning to the UK for maybe 2 weeks now. And I'm off to Serbia on Monday with Damian, who's also here, and and is also doing an awesome talk later today that he'll be doing in Serbia on Monday. We've got about 100 people coming on Monday, so that's
amazing.
Going to be a really, really good event. And then we're off to Barcelona, where Carol's joining. Poland on Friday.
When I'm joining.
Martin's there, and Emma Burstow, and then the following Monday we're in Portugal with Henk, who's currently talking next door. So I've had a busy week or so, making sure this can all happen, and it's going to be really good fun.
But it's all for sharing knowledge and delivering Umbraco stuff and topic to the different parts of the world. And that's the once again, it needs to be said that's a great idea, and hopefully we'll have also hundreds of people joining in other cities in the future. And that's the first roadshow. So hopefully it will.
We have people from HQ joining. Stefan is joining in Barcelona, and Kenneth, who's also here today and talking, is joining in Lisbon. So the goal here is to try and build these communities up and encourage them to do more meetups, maybe have a festival, just get together more and share, which I guess is the whole point of the festival like this as well. It's probably the reason you do it. And party.
And it's a 7th edition, right? It's 7th edition.
It's 7th edition, yeah. We're doing this now since like 2012. And it started small, like with 12 people in a hotel conference room, and evolved over time, and more drinking, more sessions.
And it was even called the Umbraco Oktoberfest.
Yeah, it was called Oktoberfest, which was
not the easiest name for
not the easiest way. Yeah, but Christian put it on Twitter, and then people jumped on it like Oktoberfest.
Yeah. I was those people in this group of people.
Yeah. But along with the growth, we thought it would be a nice idea to do it in spring and change the theme a little bit. And we still don't know what happens next year.
I don't think many organizers do. I think it's kind of like for the UK Fest this year, it's the big 10 years. And there's a lot of plans in play, but kind of looking to the next 10 years, who knows what's going to happen?
We would just have ideas, Normally, as Germans know what's happening next year, but we don't do that.
Cool. But do you know what's happening next month or 6 weeks from now? it's Code Garden, right? And you are probably heading there with part of your team. Probably it's just the beginning of the season of the events, right? And Umbraco, how Umbraco is approaching the Code Garden, is everything ready for us?
Yes, it will be. As a matter
New shirt.
As as a matter of fact, as always, we are breaking records, and we have already sold more tickets at this point in time this year than we had at the same time last year. So we expect it to become even bigger than last year, which were all-time high. The venue that you saw last year, it will be the same size, and it can cope with more. We hope for, if not, Paul, our friendly cashier, is praying for us having the same good weather this year than we had last year, because that was pretty amazing.
I was saying, I think to Purnima yesterday, I really loved Code Garden last year because I got sunburned.
Yeah, me too.
In May, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and sailing in the sun as we did last year, that was very good. Unfortunately, the captain on that boat has passed away.
Oh.
So I do not know what we will figure out, but we will figure something out.
Cool.
Boats.
I
just remembered.
The pre-party yesterday, there was a lot of boat-related music.
Yes,
and singing.
yes. The team was set up, and yeah, we're all counting down to Code Garden because it's definitely the biggest event, right? So yeah, I've asked our viewers, because we have a great viewers on YouTube. Niels is watching. Paul Seal. Hi everyone who is watching right now or will be watching later. And we have one question from Mike Macy about Code Garden. Will there be a nail Hammerschlagen log game at Code Garden 19?
Yes.
Hey.
Great, Mr. Resolve.
And I will win.
like
I did last year, yeah.
Without a hammer.
It wasn't a part of the question. It's just obvious. Cool. Do you have any questions? Or do you want to speak about here something from our great guests here today? No?
Seems not.
That was a bummer.
Yeah, I think that's all. No releases this week. No Umbraco releases at least.
There was a forms update on Tuesday.
Yes.
I saw the cloud status trees and stuff. And in fact, maybe we could just quickly touch on some of the stuff Jacob mentioned this morning.
Yes.
So as we mentioned, Kim and Jacob stepped in to do the keynote and shared their perspectives on what each person's area and responsibilities, what's going on there. And we heard a little bit about the future, and that being at the moment stability and making sure that cloud is a really solid platform to do some awesome stuff going forward, including headless and making sure that headless works on V8. We've also heard that the D team is now split into 6 different groups, and they're all focused around core areas of the product. So cloud, or there's the core team, then there's DevOps, there's a ton of, I can't remember them off the top of my head, but there's a lot of teams.
Yeah, a lot of teams.
And it's really, the next few months are just about stabilizing or improving on what they've already got. Better communication, or more communication, more community engagement, more. Yeah, just improving performance of V8.
Basically, it's more. I mean, we want to do more and do better, almost across the board. You didn't mention V8, but V8 is also part of it. Want to get it out there, get the feedback, and do the improvements, and continue with the way that we're doing that. Also, think a very important point to Jakob's. I mean, V8 was the first major launch in more than 5 years, and he promised that it will not be the only one. The next 5 years,
more major releases in the next
whatever that means. Whatever that means.
Yeah, I don't know why, but 5 was the number which was captured a lot. And Damien also grabbed the slides, which is not slide, the information about 5,000 of certified developers already. And I tried to pay attention to trainings areas because of interest on trainings, and there's a lot of amazing work being done on trainings and expanding the trainings offer, more areas captured within the trainings. So 5,000 of certified developers is a huge number. And also 500,000, more than 500,000 active installs.
Yeah.
And you've said during the keynote that the goal for 2021
And 21, yeah.
is 1 million active installs, and so, so it's getting there.
Yes.
Getting there. So that's great to see. With
Fantastic.
V8 on the map already.
With a V8 engine.
V9 within the next 5 years, and V10 and more. Amazing times ahead, once again. And we probably will capture it all on the next festival in Germany.
Yeah. I've actually really enjoyed. Well, I mean, we've only been here about 2 hours. Like, thoroughly enjoyed the after party yesterday, the pre-party yesterday. The weather's slightly less fortunate, but
we'll fix it.
Yeah, it's due to get a bit better this weekend, and yeah, there's loads of great talks lined up for the rest of the day, and an amazing after party and an after party with karaoke.
Yes.
Like professional live music first and then karaoke.
Right, okay, fine. Are we visiting the same karaoke bar where Slave and Eagle was born?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah, same stage, so you can still feel it.
You can feel it. Yeah. And guys, do you want to reveal anything else? Say anything else to people who are not here, unfortunately?
Well, what can I say? You can see all the content, all the videos afterwards. Will be available after the festival, and hope you just enjoy all the content and maybe join us next year, whenever it will be and what format. And and I'm just looking forward to Code Garden. Like really excited to be there again, and to get beaten by you in Hammerschlag.
I think it's a good connection with what Kim said during the keynote about promoters and ambassadors as well, because I'm more than sure that everyone who came here becomes the promoter and ambassador of German festival. And I became one. I'm here for the 2nd year in a row. I'm more than sure that Cam will be here for the next years, and all of you here today. So yeah, if you're not here today, be there next year. And if not next year, because you are so hungry of Umbraco knowledge, join us on the other events, Roadshow, Code Garden, festivals in other countries and cities. And yeah, that's a great wrap up.
Yeah, let's have a big round of applause for our guests. And I'm going to have to run and turn the stream on.
Run, Colin, run.